What is going on, everybody? So, Microsoft, a few days ago, pretty much announced that after 10 years on the market, the Xbox 360 is ending production. And, man, what a run that console had. There aren't many consoles that have been created that can say that they were on the market for at least 10 years before they ended production. That's a pretty good run. That is a really good run. So I figured this would be a fun video to make. This would be me going over my experience that I've had with the Xbox 360 over the years and pretty much giving my farewell to one of my favorite game consoles of all time. So let's get into it. Before I got the Xbox 360, I was a pretty big Nintendo and Sony guy. I had an original Xbox, but I only had it to play Halo 2. One of my friends at the time was desperate for me to play Halo with him, and he ended up getting me an original Xbox for cheap in 2006, just for me to play Halo, and then I got hooked on Halo. But that was really all I played on the original Xbox. So I honestly was not interested in getting an Xbox 360 at the time. I was looking towards what Nintendo and Sony had to offer. And I got the Wii on launch, and it was fun for the first month, and then I ended up pretty much not playing it that much. And the main reason I got it first was because it was cheap, and I was actually interested in what Nintendo had to offer with the motion controls. So I was looking for the PlayStation 3 to impress me, for me to get one. And ended up not doing that. The PlayStation 3 in the beginning was a huge disappointment. So I eventually decided that I'm going with the Xbox 360. So in May 2007, I got the Xbox 360 for my birthday. And my first game I got with it was Gears of War. When I put Gears of War into that Xbox 360, I was blown away by the new graphics. Just everything about that game just blew me away. And then I was looking at actually, there's a little funny story. I don't know if I mentioned it before. If I did, I apologize. But at the end of the tutorial level in the first Gears of War, you get an achievement. I honestly thought they were Microsoft points because I was messing around in the old Xbox dashboard then, and I was looking through everything. There was an online store, and then you need Microsoft points to buy things. Yeah, you guys remember Microsoft points? So I thought they were Microsoft points, and I'm like, oh, so you unlock Microsoft points by playing games. Yeah, I was stupid. I was stupid. But there was that, the fact that I can play online with people, I can buy DLC, and then later on that year I got Halo 3, which was the next big Halo game, and then Call of Duty 4 came out shortly after that. To me, it was like I just ascended into the next level of gaming. It gave me that same feeling that I had when I went from the Super Nintendo to the Nintendo 64. Because at that time, I felt like I just have ascended to the next level of gaming. I got that same exact feeling in 2007. Because I never played online gaming before that. So it was a whole new world. So then the years passed. There was new Xbox dashboard updates, and they added party chat. They were adding all these cool things, and then there was all these awesome games that came out year after year. Fable 2, Gears of War 2. And then I got into the Battlefield series. There's just so much exciting stuff that was happening. And I was loving my Xbox 360. I didn't get the PlayStation 3 until 2009. And although the PlayStation 3 had some better exclusives that I really enjoyed, and even though it did some things slightly better, I overall enjoyed my Xbox 360 more than my PlayStation 3. Even in the later years when a lot of people thought that the Xbox 360 was on the decline. Like, there were later games that were releasing on multiple discs, like Max Payne 3, Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 2. Just a lot of the later games were releasing on multiple discs, and a lot of people at the time were like, well, we're just going to get a PlayStation 3. We don't want to change discs. We're over that. It didn't really bother me that much because I came from the old school era with the PlayStation 1 and some of these games having 4 discs. So it didn't really bother me that much. I just enjoyed the Xbox 360 as a system more than the PlayStation 3 at the time. That I still stuck with Xbox. And I mostly just used my PS3 to play exclusives. And that also reminds me that the Xbox 360 pretty much gave me, and everyone else for that matter, one of the best things that has ever happened to gaming in my opinion, and that is the achievement system. Now, I already made a video on achievements and trophies and why I love them, so I'm not going to get too much into detail about this, but I just think that the achievement trophy system has just added so much to gaming. It makes us do things in games that we never even thought we would do before. And it just adds so much replay value to these games. And you can thank Microsoft and Xbox for that. I don't think Sony would have created the trophy system if it wasn't for the achievement system. I honest to God believe that. And although I prefer the trophy system over the achievement system, at least now, if it wasn't for Microsoft, this system would never exist. So, I thank them for that. And I was just so behind Microsoft and Xbox that even in 2013, when the Xbox One was announced, and they were doing all those stupid things like the DRM, all digital bullshit that they were doing, deep in my gut, I still had hope that Microsoft and Xbox would pull through because of how awesome the Xbox 360 was. And even though the PlayStation 4 was pretty much beating them in every area for the most part, I still had hope for Microsoft and Xbox. So now here we are, 2.5 years into this new console cycle. And the Xbox One, and I'll be honest, has been a pretty big disappointment. I've been playing my PS4 so much more than my Xbox One. And I honestly never thought I would be playing a PlayStation system more than an Xbox system after my awesome experience with the Xbox 360 last gen. So that is why it just pisses me off to see what Microsoft has done with the Xbox 360. I mean, the Xbox One. That they just went so behind on a lot of stuff they started with the 360. And you know what? That's for another video. I'm not going to really get into a rant about that, but I'm going to wrap it up. The Xbox 360 was an amazing console. Yes, it did have some issues. Yes, it didn't play Blu-ray movies. Yes, some of the games had multiple discs. Of course, we had the Red Ring of Death, even though I never had the Red Ring of Death. At the end of the day, we have to say that the Xbox 360 was a revolutionary console. It started a lot of things that we see today in gaming. And we have to tip our hats off to them for that. So, thank you, Microsoft, for making the Xbox 360. And goodbye, Xbox 360. We had some great times, and it's sad to see you go. But things come to an end eventually. So, alright, that's about it. Let me know what your thoughts are on this and what your memories of the Xbox 360 are if you owned one. So, alright, until next time, have a good one.